Welcome to Flick Filter. I'm your boys. It's your boys. Big Diesel.
And I'm Coach.
So what we talking about, chat?
We're talking about Pennywise. We're talking about Derry.
We're talking about
Deshaun.
practice.
See where you're going with that. You better practice catching these clowns.
These fans. Anywho.
Yeah, we're reviewing season 1 of It. Welcome to Derry. If you've been following along on the TikTok, I've been recapping each episode,
or
reacting to each. Not really a recap, more so reacting to each episode.
Me too. And somebody's been on time every Sunday, watching it at 9:00.
Him, not me, because I'd be late and I'd be getting spoiled.
Those threads, man. It's those threads, man. So,
yep.
There's a lot of people out there probably watching this that have not seen Welcome to Derry, or maybe the It movies, or chapter 1, chapter 2, or read the book,
or watched the '90s miniseries.
So we'll try not to spoil, but
we will spoil at some point, but we'll keep it light, at least in the
something light
in the beginning.
Gotcha. Let's just say episode 1.
Well, should we give like an overview for what the show is even about for those who aren't familiar with it or anything?
Yeah.
So, like we've kind of alluded to, this is a prequel to It, which the movies that came out, I believe in 2017 and 2019, I want to say. Those two movies came out, part 1, or chapter 1 and chapter 2. Chapter 1 takes place, I believe, in like 1990, around there, and then chapter 2 takes place in 2016, so more so modern day. You follow the losers, the group of kids, they're called the Losers Club, and they go through some traumatic things dealing with this evil entity that takes the form of a clown, and then fast forward to years later, they have to ultimately defeat the clown again. But the way the clown works, his name is Pennywise, and he takes the form of this clown. He takes various forms, but the one that he's mostly known for is this clown, and he emerges every 27 years. And the reason we have this prequel, without going into too much spoilers, is the fact that he does emerge every 27 years. So from either 1990 or 1989, this series takes place, I believe, in 1962, featuring many of the characters from the first movie. It either features their parents, grandparents, or people that are related to them, and that's kind of the general overview of that. But the whole, or most of the story, takes place within this small town of Derry. Of course, it's set in the 1960s, so there's a lot of racial tension and things. There's various socio-political things happening. There's the military, and then we go into episode 1. So, kind of, how does that sort of go, if you remember it well?
It's very invincible, where they definitely hook you on the first episode. It does.
Yes.
Um,
Uh, yes, that is a good point. Um, Before they even get to like the big hook, there is this
what the hook gonna be?
there's this uh, this kid that goes missing. There's always a missing kid in these shows.
For some reason, he was sucking a pacifier, which I didn't know why he was doing that.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
He was
Um,
a little older to not need a pacifier, so I was like, and spoiler alert, they never tied the anything.
yeah. The kid goes missing. Yeah, he does have the pacifier. He's you can tell he's not like a very well off kid because of where he's hiding and just he wants to get out of the town, but of course, terrible things happen. Um, a little bit of time passes. I know we're being very vague for right now, in case y'all do want to go see it, but some
Go
time
see it,
or not go see it, but like fire it up on
stream it.
go see it in your living room or on your phone on HBO Max. This is not an ad, by the way. Um, so there's a little bit of time passes. There are these other kids that kind of go investigate what happened because they know him, um, and there's some other tie-ins as well. Um, and to sum it up, there's more kids vanishing, and in the end, they go into this movie theater, and then some really bad stuff happens, and you might want to, well, I don't know.
We could just.
Should we skip it or say what happens? Because going into you can't really speak on what happens throughout the rest of the show without.
I mean, be as vague as you possibly can. But they're already watching it, knowing that we gotta get into
Some
spoilers.
spoilers. So I'll say this: there are some figures,
And they've had a long time to catch up on this because it's been
yes,
last year.
it
ended
is.
last
So
year.
there are some figures who you think are going to be more prominent in this show, but the way it's set up, who don't make it out the first episode. I'm not going to say who, but yes, and it's very shocking the way it goes down. So it's done in such a way where you're like, man, we're thinking, oh, they're gonna follow this group of kids, and it's gonna, of course, being the nature of the type of show, of course we're gonna have losses, but for it to happen so early, it definitely is like, oh man, it's like anybody can go if it happens to, to some of these kids or a bunch of these kids. So uh, then you're going into the following episodes. More kids are introduced. There are certain kids that were there previously who are now reckoning with what happened previously, and one individual had previously been in a mental institution, and so people don't trust or believe her. Another character, her dad, is actually accused of or believed to be responsible for the boy who was missing in the first episode. They think he's responsible because of just some. It don't look good for him, basically.
The kid was basically hanging out there a lot.
Yeah,
so
he would hang out at the theater a lot, and the dad worked there, and we found out more about the dad, which I mean,
womp womp.
womp womp. Yeah, but yeah, it's I don't know. Is there anything you want to get into as the? I would say
You're doing good.
okay. So the first couple episodes, there are things that happen for sure. You got of course you got Lily. You got Ronnie. The police are investigating. You have the military. Yeah, the trash. You got Leroy and Charlotte.
You got the
Will is their son.
Native Americans.
Yes, you got them. There's a lot of very important characters that you meet in these first couple
Dick
of episodes.
Halloran.
Dick Halloran, who is also a character in The Shining. He has what you call the shine, so he's able to see various supernatural things. He's also in the military, and he's a very key figure. Without just going into like a summary mode,
Right.
I will say there are certain characters like is it Marge?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, who's Lily's friend, like one of her closest friends, but she's trying to fit in with the popular girls and ends up, treating Lily pretty terribly through multiple episodes.
Now, first off, yeah, this is still a horror TV show, so there is gore, there is like kind of stuff where you need to look away. Definitely a lot of eye stuff.
Yeah. That is very key. It is horror, it's gory, but there's also this like coming of age element to it as well with these kids because they are, they're in school, they're developing crushes, they're just trying to fit in,
Yeah.
and they're also dealing with this super, traumatic thing that keeps happening to them. And it doesn't hold any punches just because you're dealing with kids. Like,
right.
And I do want to maybe warn some people who may be interested but don't really do horror that much. I feel like it is pretty graphic for those. Even if people watch
I don't even do
movies.
horror, but luckily I got through it. But some people are more triggered than others. So.
Yeah, so that's just kind of a warning for those who are thinking about watching. But at the end of it, it is a really good story just because of all the things that it deals with in terms of like the racism at the time, the different character dynamics. You have like the father-son dynamic between Will and his dad. You've got the mother-son dynamic between the mom as well, and she is very I would say political. Like she hates seeing injustice and wants to see, she wants somebody who was rightfully or unrightfully accused. She wants him to have justice, and it's this interesting push and pull because the dad, he's focused on like the military side. He wants to keep his family safe, but at the same time, there are things that also aren't told to him by his superiors, and there's that tension there as well.
And he has this kind of thing where he doesn't get scared easily.
Yeah, he had I think it was an accident, and it messed up his amygdala. Yeah.
I didn't know it was from an accident.
I thought it was. I thought something happened.
No, I thought he just had it.
It was
I don't
going
know.
that way? Oh,
I don't
maybe
know.
I'm wrong. Okay.
Don't take my word for it.
But yeah, so you did.
Should we talk about Periwinkle?
Yes, you can go do it. You can hop on that.
I can hop on that. I set them up.
Terrible.
But there is another character So basically, we should get into there is like. So why is I guess the question is why is he can take any form that he wants to pretty much, and it's all about fear. He thinks fear makes them taste better, basically. So that's why he usually goes after children because they're easily scared. But also his favorite form is a clown. So Pennywise. So it's actually should I dance around it or?
You don't have to go into it. You can if you want, but it's up to you.
basically we so basically he pretty much takes form of this person that was Pennywise that played Pennywise at a circus. Um, Bob Gray. So we dive a little bit deeper into why he took that form and a little more about Bob Gray and kind of his family life and stuff like that. Um, so there's some other characters that are in here as well. Let's just say that
For sure. Yes.
that are connected to other characters. Yeah.
Yes. Who? I was who? What am I now? Is there any major characters that we haven't talked about that you want to sort of discuss, or do you want to go into like
Sparky.
who?
Nobody.
Oh,
Got him.
dang.
Got him. Anyway, you asked.
Yeah. Any? Dang, we didn't even talk about. We didn't talk about Rich. We didn't talk about.
Nope.
It's a lot. I'm telling you, it's a lot of characters in
A lot
this.
of characters, man. A lot of characters.
Periwinkle, which isn't. What was her name? The lady's name? Is it Mrs. Periwinkle? What was her name?
No, that was just the.
Not her actual name, but
Wait, what?
the lady.
I can't remember her actual name, and I don't think it needs to be revealed since that's
True.
That's it. Yeah.
Okay. So anyway.
But yeah, Periwinkle is just the name of her character that she created. You know, to perform beside her. You know. Yeah. Pennywise.
Yes. So, we can. There are some very like big turning points in the series. I feel like episode 5, that was a really good one. They're like, they go into the sewer, and then it's like they kind of tease Pennywise for a while because he's able to change forms, but also I feel like it's a story wise a practical thing, but also because
plot,
but
plot
also,
is big. Oh my gosh, there's certain things that I'm like, dude, plot saved you. Just literal plot. Just
I was gonna say that, but even on the Pennywise front, because they had Bill Skarsgård, who
he wasn't gonna show up.
Initially, he wasn't gonna show up because he played the character already in 2 movies.
He didn't want to?
No, I'm not saying he didn't want to play that character in those movies. I'm saying because
and then
he didn't want to go back into that because it's kind of like, from his point, he's like, I kind of already did that. Kind of wanted to go do something else because he's done a lot of things since then, and he's had a very good career thus far, and has done very interesting roles. And so, in his mind, to kind of revisit Pennywise would be like.
And I'm sure just being that character, just like being the Joker, it takes a toll on you.
Yeah, it doesn't want to. Yeah, from a mental standpoint, from a physical standpoint, having to, get into makeup for 15, 20 hours a day.
Yeah. And
then, scaring these kids. But I've heard that the kids love him. Like, he's very kind to the people that he works with.
Yeah.
and everything, which is cool.
Yeah.
But going to like the actual story itself, um, I like the fact that they kind of don't really use him much until maybe
I like that.
midway through, because you're anticipating him, but also it lets you.
You got to tease him. You can't get because
yeah.
if you show him too much, then you'll get tired of him.
Right.
Like it won't kind of you'll kind of see him coming. So
Mm-hmm.
it's a good way of they just. And I don't know. I don't know if I always believe when some people tell some of these stories because it just kind of it works so well that it's like, dude, like I don't see why you would want that anyways.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if he can turn into anything,
right.
You know,
yeah.
Why not tease the audience a little bit more and save the thing for the later episodes?
Exactly. that makes perfect sense.
But some would say like maybe the looks of the characters, the CGI, since it's a TV show, didn't look all that great. And there were some times where the CGI wasn't great, especially the graveyard scene.
Yeah.
But
so, kind of going into that, what are the? I mean, kind of tease it a little bit. What are some of the highs and low points you feel like for the series, as far as like characters, story wise, CGI? What would you
so
say?
highs gets into spoilers.
Yeah.
I think some lows get into some spoilers too, but I'll try to dance around it. So Ronnie's dad.
Yeah.
Feel like he makes a lot of stupid decisions to where it's like, bro, you yeah. If you had a daughter, you would make better decisions, especially in the time he was in. Yeah, it's a lot of characters that are Periwinkle did some stuff that I'm like, bro, what? Like, like that doesn't make no sense. The military making stuff, and of course you can blame it on like, oh, it's the plot, or oh, it's Pennywise that is manipulating stuff. But some stuff is not just Pennywise. It's just these humans being dumb. But yeah. And sometimes you just need better writing and something more better. Sometimes the kind of cliche stuff doesn't quite work and it's a little overused. So it's like, yeah, you could come up with something better that made more sense.
For sure.
But yeah, there's a lot of CGI. There's a lot of writing problems. The kids. Yeah, maybe they didn't act right. Like what I mean is like they weren't the best actors compared to. I know a lot of people were comparing it to the losers from It Chapter 1. So yeah, I mean there's a lot of lows that you could pick about it. There's a lot of terrible things or stupid things that some of these characters do, but I think a high was Lily. Myself, I kind of liked her as a character. I thought she did good in that role. I know a lot of times she was getting a lot of hate, but if you realize like kind of where she was coming from, it made sense. Ronnie was kind of annoying. I'm not gonna lie. But also, what's this? Will? Will was very likable, and Rich was hit or miss, and Marge. Oh my gosh, I couldn't stand Marge. But both parents of Will were good, and of course Dick Halloran was really good. A lot of his stuff was very well done. And the stuff with the Native Americans, I don't think we talked too much or enough about. I feel like some of the stuff that they do is glossed over, but really, you can have them.
They're very important.
They're very important. Yeah,
very important.
Yeah.
In the story.
Yeah.
Because of they are kind of like the key to a lot of like understanding the supernatural elements of things.
Yeah.
Um,
And
which,
it's bigger things that people say that like they could have done because of the book and kind of building that universe if they're building the universe because there is some Shawshank stuff.
yeah,
There's some stuff from The Shining, so it's like, what are they gonna blend into this TV show?
hmm
So yeah, um,
yeah,
there's a lot of highs and lows. I don't want to get too much in too deep into it.
okay, yeah, yeah. So for me, going on the character front, because that's kind of what's on the top of mind immediately. Um, Low key, I feel so going through the kids. Um, I kind of feel the opposite as far as Lily and Ronnie
Yeah.
because I understand now. I there are issues I had with both of them in terms of just sorry. There are issues I have with both of them during certain parts of the story. Um, I felt like Lily got more sympathy because of the fact that she didn't want to get sent back to the place, and I understand that from that point of view.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, from Ronnie's point of view, she's just trying to save her dad who was wrongfully accused, and because she knows that Lily knew what happened. It's like, okay, why wouldn't you? But I know from her standpoint, it's like, well, they don't. It's like they wouldn't believe me anyway.
Even if they tried,
Even if they tried.
So it's like a gray area.
It is tricky, though. It's like the people basically try to get a false confession from her. So it's like it's kind of
Because
like
even they took a picture, and even then they were like,
what's this? Like so, it's like they were gonna try to pin it on Ronnie's dad.
Yeah, and
regardless.
even then, it's kind of like a lot of black people got sent to prison and convicted of stuff around those days just because. Look at Emmett Till.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's not. I mean, they once they get something, it's just like kind of like, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
But I feel like Lily as a person, I feel like she made some not so bright decisions, but I feel like at the end of the day, and I feel like I mean, you put yourself in your in any of these situations, especially as a kid, you're looking out for yourself. You know?
Yeah.
What I mean?
It is. It's like
and especially around those days, it's kind of like, you kind of got to,
I see that to some extent, but also there were other times where she did drag others along with her, and then it's like even I can't remember who pointed it out. It's probably Ronnie when it was like every time we listen to you, then bad stuff happens. So it's like from the standpoint of her, and maybe even others in the group, it's like why should we listen to you when we did this? I'm being vague to not really spoil stuff.
Right,
it's like,
right.
It's like we did this, and then this ended up happening.
But again, like at that time, that is certain things that Pennywise is deliberately messing with because she's deliberately. Well, I can't get into all that, but
yeah,
Pennywise is also doing some puppet stuff as well. So at the end of the day, you kind of gotta. I feel like you gotta. There's a gray area. There's a gray area.
Yeah. But the rest of the characters,
Rich was cool.
Yeah, Rich out of them, Rich is probably my favorite, especially towards the end. Will was cool, even though he did get disrespectful at times reports is that that was another one of those things where I'm like, man, you should listen to your dad because you did this and this ends up happening. I'm not gonna say, but it's like he was out of line a few times. Yeah. I'm not saying dad should have, but I get it. I was like, and he was talking mad disrespectfully.
And then yeah.
So and then the mom
got black fathers.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
So
we were taught. Yeah,
it's just certain things you don't say to your parents. Like you can be right in terms of like how you feel, but there's just certain things you don't say, or even, and also stuff. It's also how you say certain things as well.
Yeah, but we're rambling.
We are rambling. Marge, terrible at first, but she did redeem herself. She did. Towards the end. Huh? Yeah, it's one. Yeah, for sure. But
I feel like we need to get to the so what else do we need to talk about? Do we need to talk about the spoilers?
We can. Well, I guess we can talk about the finale and just in terms of how certain things ended, so people can kind of know. For people that have watched it, because I don't know why you would stay here this long.
Yeah,
watch it.
Right. Yeah.
So we should be able to talk about the finale
or anything really.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should be able to talk about anything. Just if you've been watching this long. So let's just talk about our favorite moments. Or the most WTF moments.
WTF moments.
OMG moments.
Probably the Black Spot episode that was one of the most traumatic things I've seen in a long time on TV at least.
Yeah.
Come on, they burned the whole thing down and then was ripping people's faces off, and that was messed up. And then the people outside too. It was a lot. All that happening at the same time.
Right.
That was a lot.
But compared to the Red Wedding.
The Red Wedding was.
It was gory. It was a little
Red Wedding, but the thing with the Red Wedding.
I feel like you're more triggered by.
The thing with the Red Wedding though, that was at the very. I feel like.
Was it at the end?
It was the very end of the episode.
So I don't know because I was binge watching it. So.
It was very traumatic. It was more of a. That was a shocking thing.
And what's crazy is I didn't get spoiled for that.
I did get spoiled.
Yeah.
Shout out to Twitter.
Shocker.
No, because it was like, so I didn't know when it was gonna happen, but I knew it kind of when it once it got to that episode, I was feeling some type of something just does not feel right.
Yeah.
But to the whole thing with the Red Wedding, that was like a very short, relatively short increment of time. That was maybe 3-5 minutes towards the end of the episode versus with the Black Spot, that was like half the episode they were dealing with all that stuff. It was a lot happening that whole episode.
I think and yes, there was a lot of stuff happening in that episode. But I think because the Black Spot is so influential, it had to happen. If you think about it.
Yeah.
But in a storyline, if you were just only thinking about storyline,
yeah,
it could have been prevented.
Oh, it could have been. It should have been actually.
What's his name? Should have stayed in the back.
Oh, he should have.
Should have stayed in the back.
He should have.
Shouldn't have messed with old girl. Old girl. Crazy. But again, the white decency, of course, shouldn't have just kind of just straight up, on a lot of people.
Yeah.
Of course, the first episode that really hooked you, the Marge episode where she was literally cutting out her eye.
Mm-hmm.
Rich dying.
sacrificed himself.
Sacrifice. That was crazy.
Episode 5 when you thought it was Maddie, but it really wasn't.
I was about to say that. Yeah.
Psych.
It should have dawned on me when he didn't have the pacifier. But it happened so long ago, I didn't remember he had the pacifier.
And it's funny because in that very first episode, it got knocked out of his mouth.
Yep.
So maybe that's why people were like, oh, he doesn't have it anymore. Maybe that was like because I was wondering why that part was like very much slowed down too. It was like slow-mo when it got knocked out the window.
Maybe.
But
anywho. But yeah, the definitely the finale.
Okay. Yeah. Finale, that was cool when it was like slow motion, and then I love when Rich came through and then he flipped them off.
Yeah.
That was funny.
It was good.
And then
I feel like the finale was really anticlimactic though.
In what way?
I just feel like, that I don't know. I just needed more than it felt drawn out. Like they were stretching the episode and it didn't need to be as long as it did. Or it didn't flow very well. It definitely dragged a little bit. It was a lot of them driving or them,
You should watch Stranger Things.
No, I'm good.
I'm saying that because of how the finale was 2 hours.
No.
If you thought this was drawn out, that's why I'm laughing.
Crazy.
That's why I'm laughing, because I'm like, you don't know drawn out.
That's crazy.
They've had multiple episodes that have been like 2 hours plus.
Oh no!
Yeah.
This is why I didn't watch Stranger Things.
That's not why you didn't watch Stranger Things.
That is the exact reason why I didn't watch Stranger Things.
You weren't gonna watch it regardless.
That is why I didn't watch Stranger Things. You hit the nail on the head.
He wasn't gonna watch it anyway.
I've watched it.
You watched what, like 3 episodes?
I don't know. Something like that. Something like.
Season 1 is. It's up there. Season 1's up there.
If you say so. But anywho, what else we need to talk about? Because it's.
Yeah. So basically, the way I'm interested for the next season, just because of how time sort of works. This is a big spoiler, so but the way with Pennywise, he's actually fully conscious of what happens to him, because the way time works with him is different than the way normal people perceive time. So he knows that, like, people that are the descendants of the kids are responsible for my bad. The kids are responsible for his ultimate demise years down the line. So he's literally, to us, we're perceiving at him going back through time, but really he's kind of already there. He's just experiencing time differently than we do. So he's trying to get rid of these kids so that what happens in the future never really happens.
Them kids.
Yeah. So.
Them kids.
Exactly. So in the next 2 seasons, we're presuming it'll be 27 years previously, so it'll be like 1935 and then 1908, with him trying to get rid of those.
And if you experience racism now, if that triggered you now, yeah.
But yeah,
he have PTSD. Yeah.
No, I was thinking of something different.
Oh.
But yeah, man, that's really all I got.
That's all I got. Yeah.
What would you rate the show?
Yeah. 4.5.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go low. Only because you were like, oh, this problem.
Nah, it still was good. I was watching it every single day, looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Every single week, every single Sunday around 8 o'clock. I'm like, Oh yeah, it's time. It's time. It's time. And it was really like I was second guessing because I also had work, but I also was like, some of those episodes at the end of it, I was like, okay, nightlight here, nightlight there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know. So, but I did it. I did it.
You did it, Joe.
I did it. But anyways, post your comments down below. Let us know what y'all thought of it.
I didn't get my rating. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, my bad.
It's all good. I'll give it a 4, only because I'm trying to average out the scores. Maybe 4.5. Between 4 and 4.5. We'll let y'all pick. Post your comments down below.
He said 4. Crazy. But anywho, post your comments down below. Let us know. Like, share, subscribe. Follow us on social medias.
Flick
Filter. And tell everybody about us. Spread the word. And yeah. What's the word, bird?
The word of the day is
Subscribe.
exactly. All right, y'all.
All right, see ya.